Ah, hello YouTube again. I am now going to do part 2 that I said I was going to do on JOJO Rabbit's movie and also about changing a sky. The book that the movie from 2019 of JOJO Rabbit is based off of. I actually have the book here somewhere. You'll find it here real quick and I'll pull it out somewhere. Ah, is it there? Maybe. Let me put it. Well, I can't find it right now, but the book series, it's a book actually, just a single book. Uh, it's called Changing Skies. Trying to think the name of the author. Forgot the name here. I actually forgot where I put the book too. Wait. Uh, yeah, I think I've lost that somewhere. Oh well. Oh, is that it right there? Ugh, jeez. Unedited video. I know it's gonna be an unedited video, so you can all watch and enjoy. But, oh, there it is. Found it. Had to find it underneath some stuff in my book. So yeah, it is. It's called Changing Sky. This is the book that the JOJO Rabbit movie is based off of by Christine Leunens. Inspiration for the major motion picture JOJO Rabbit. And this is the book it's called. So the beginning of the book is this is from it's pretty much like an autobiography of the author, who's the character of JoJo, though I guess I'll call him, for copyright claim issues if I ever fall into this. Who's telling about his the character. He's pretty much a fictional character though, telling about his life growing up in the Third Reich, and after the end of the Third Reich. It starts out with his parents who lived in Munich, not Munich, it was Vienna, so in part of Vienna. And about his families, parents getting together, getting married and stuff and having kids. And the actual kid of Jojo Rabbit had an older sister and a Jewish friend would come over. This is actually the girl in the movie that is the Jewish girl hiding in Jojo Rabbit's family that turns up in the movie of Jojo Rabbit, who is actually a friend of his older sister, uh, who actually had diabetes and died from that, and just ended up with his mother just after his parents and his mom found out that Jojo Rabbit's older sister there had diabetes, no sugar. Irony, I know it's my biological family history, and I can understand that. No complete sugar. Oh, they're probably more hardcore than my biological family. Uh, we didn't go no sugar. We said moderation, not too much, not all the time. No, they went hardcore there. No, like it's on dictator that would turn up there. Uh, I'm not gonna say that's a bad thing, really. You don't wanna. If you have someone that, probably the best way, probably not the fair thing, but no, probably the best way. But the daughter ends up, passed away from her diabetes because I guess this was back to the day when no insulin was probably pretty expensive. Oh, no healthcare, no Obamacare back then. That would sure come up later on with Hitler. who ends up invading Vienna, I guess. They bring the healthcare and stuff. But Hitler's version of Obamacare wasn't as God forbid, he didn't want it to be universal, I guess. If I could make a good stance to any liberal of probably why you wouldn't want Hitler's version of Obamacare and the Third Reich. Yes, no. To use a comparison, or just a bit of inside joke with Hitler's healthcare. No, it wasn't good. If you had any incurable condition, you were good as gone. You were euthanized. But long story short, after that tangent, you have the kid actually is walking home with his father, and they end up seeing Hitler having that speech. He's like, the kid's so like, oh cool, I want to enjoy the parade and stuff. Like the father's like, no, you don't want anything to do with that guy. Oh, but he looks so cool, Dad. You're not fun, Dad. I mean, Dad doesn't want to usually tell the kid who that guy is. Kind of like most parents probably would actually say, talk to your teacher about Hitler. That's what your free K through 12 public schooling is for, I guess. Because afterwards you get stuck paying tuition. As a college or university student, and then ask a professor who on earth Hitler is, or anything. Yeah, so use it while you last, all those free public schooling kids. You get stuck paying for it afterwards. And with textbooks, too. Yay. Let's do it, load that. Just ask them stupid questions. Well, if you're very savage, you can go research that stuff for free online. Okay, so the kid ends up, falling in, just a complete fanboy, pretty much, of Hitler and thinks he's the greatest. And when he brings home, pretty much the ideology back to his parents who argue so much. And then eventually realize, if they keep arguing and disagreeing with their son, they could get some serious hot water with Hitler and the Nazis, who are now in power over Austria because of the Auschwitz, the annexation of Austria that was to become the Ostmark of the Third Reich there. That Hitler wanted even brought up into, Mein Kampf here. It's even mentioned in Mein Kampf. So the kid ends up joining eventually the Hitler Youth, and then there's the friend Yorkie. They're on a camping and outing, and the kid knows this so devoted fan. And his family has like a party, a birthday party for the kid. And he has all his friends from the Hitler Youth. They'll bring them all this stuff, that's Hitler Nazi, memorabilia thing. And he thinks that's cool. And know what the parents got him. And his parents like, I wish our son was back to the way he was before the Hitler guy showed up. He's kind of like, a weird uncle that just took our kid away. And want our kid back, pretty much feeling like this weird Amber Alert, but our kid's still inside the house. It's not kidnapped, but maybe his soul is kidnapped by Hitler. So the kid's room was just pretty much filled to brim with this Nazi stuff, kind of like my desk behind here, but all my Hitler books and stuff. That's also a complete mess too. But you have eventually, JOJO Rabbit goes to camp or whatever, Hitler Youth camp there, one of the little outings or whatever, military training, for the ideology crud that the Nazis were giving the kids, back then. I know he's actually asked by one of the older kids, kill a rabbit to prove his, manliness. He runs off, that's how he gets the name JOJO Rabbit. That's actually in the movie. And eventually, the war breaks out, and, there's something different in the book that's not in the movie. JOJO Rabbit ends up getting killed while fighting in the last days of, he doesn't get killed, he gets pretty much injured, so it's not like, this scene from JoJo Rabbit where he throws a grenade and gets injured. This is actually the scene. There's a scene in the book that is he's fighting in the last days of like in Vienna, Austria, and he gets injured, and he's pretty much disabled now, physically disabled, because of his injury. He took on a shrapnel or no explosion or something. Probably an actual grenade. Oh. And but his friend Yorkie ends up dying, so that's not in the movie. Yorkie doesn't die, so. But no, in the book, Yorkie gets axed, so. Any of JoJo Rabbit fans that are a fan of Yorkie, I'm sorry, but your character gets killed. Oh, and also, there's no imaginary Hitler in this film. That's actually made just as, like, something in the movie from the book. It's not from the book, but, Jojo Rabbit looked up in the book to Hitler like he was his actual father than his actual biological dad, so that's a good daddy issues. Uh, good thing, though, that Jojo Rabbit has.